Hello and welcome back to the house in Fata Morgana. Last time, good old Jacopo decided to put his wonderful wife, the white-haired girl, in some freaky shed. Because that's just what you do, I guess, if you're jealous and not sure of how to say stuff to your significant other. Alright, whatever. Let's hope they sort things through. The white-haired girl. ... How did things end up this way? Why? All I wanted was to go back to the way things used to be. For us to be able to smile around each other. Well, actually, things were not very good even back then, white-haired girl. I hate to break it to you. It had been several days since Jacopo had locked her in the shed, and her day-to-day life was only growing more arduous. She was under constant surveillance. The door was only unlocked to deliver her meals 3 times a day. What the heck? She's a prisoner! And despite what an unfortunate situation their employer's wife found herself in, the maids chattered and gossiped and giggled freely. Not even in the shadows out of her presence, the tactless young maidservants whispered directly to the white-haired girl when they brought her meals.
Look at you, madam, caged away like cattle.
I could almost hear the sound of cracks forming in her heart. I imagine she had gotten to the point where she was having difficulty merely holding herself together. She had done nothing wrong, and yet she was forced to live this life of insults and mockery, of ridicule. The only reason her tenuously held together spirit did not completely shatter was because she still had her one and only ally. The maid Maria volunteered to attend to the white-haired girl. Maria took over the duty of delivering her 3 meals, meaning the other maids stopped coming by. And that relieved the white-haired girl's mental and emotional stress considerably. Maria became her sole conversation partner, her sole companion. She did not leave as soon as meals were finished, instead, remaining in the shed with the white-haired girl for some time. Silence. Dead air. So, madam, how about a funny story? Also, I... no idea why I gave her this voice. I'm pretty sure Jacopo and Maria are from Italy. Judging by their names. Well, not Maria, I don't know. But Jacopo for sure is from, yeah. Anyway. So, madam, how about a funny story? I flubbed up pretty hard the other day. You want to hear about that? So, a couple days back, I didn't get enough sleep the previous night, right? I'm helping out in the kitchen, half awake, plating up some food, and when I go to bring it out to the guest, my heart about leaps out my mouth. Why? Guess why? What I thought was a plate was actually an ashtray. Man, I was sweating like a pig. The guest didn't seem to notice, but the other maids were pale as ghosts the entire time. Just about everyone had themselves a case of the vapors. What does that mean? I got quite the tongue lashing at cleanup. Pretty funny, huh? Oh, did you? Sounds like it was a pretty bad day. Yeah. You think you got it bad, girl? I'm locked up in a shed. By the love of my life. Hey, madam. I know there's not much point in telling you to cheer up right now, but I'm sure he won't keep you locked up forever. He's just a bit crabby for now. It'll be alright. Although, I guess this is a bit drastic for a temper tantrum. A bit drastic? Are you kidding? I'm sorry, madam. If only I had pushed him a bit harder, if only I had a little more influence, you might not be in this situation. I thought I could be of some help, but I guess I'm not doing a great job of that. Of course not, Maria. You absolutely are not doing a great job at all. Just your being here takes a great weight off my shoulders. Still, though, I feel so worthless. Because I'm just a maid, I can't set you free. It's okay. I'm used to being imprisoned. What? What do you mean you're used to it? You never locked your door before. You're right. I'm not sure why, but I feel as though I have been in a similar predicament before. Lacking freedom and contact with others for a long stretch of time. I'm sure it's simply the exhaustion getting to you, madam. No one should ever be used to living like this. Yes, I agree. and I pray things go back to the way they were soon. Has getting mad at him never crossed your mind? Getting mad? Yeah, you know, when he yells, you yell back. Let him know he's in the wrong. Never considered doing that? I guess you're not one to get angry, madam. Oh, which would mean you're a better fit for the Holy Mother than me. Oh, no. I do sometimes want to get angry. To tell you the truth, it's almost always going through my mind how, if I did raise my voice, perhaps he would listen to what I have to say. But when I'm standing there in front of him and he starts shouting at me, I freeze up and end up not saying a word. I'm just such a pitiful woman. Everything about me. When I need to speak up most, to stand up for myself, I cannot. Oh, don't look so down. That's not a bad thing. It's just you got in a little bit of a pickle right now. But I'll clear everything up with him, you hear me? In my mind, your modesty is a virtue. And the more I think about it, I can't even imagine you screaming. I like you better the way you are, reserved and ladylike. You can leave all the yelling to me. I'll do whatever I can to help you, madam. Were you able to clear up this confusion last night when we were dancing? Oh, about that. Sorry, he wouldn't hear it. I see. But I'm not throwing in the towel. I'll keep trying as long as it takes. So, say, Maria, could I perhaps ask another favor? Yeah, sure, let me have it. I would like to write him a letter. A letter? To someone who lives in the same house? Yes. As things stand, I cannot simply go visit him on a whim. And I feel as though I could calmly express on paper things I am unable to say to him face to face. I suspect I might have more luck that way. I also believe he would be more likely to maintain his composure reading my thoughts in a letter than hearing them from my mouth. With it, I can clear up all the confusion and things can go back to the way they were. A letter, huh? Interesting. I'll write the letter, which I would like you to deliver to him. May I ask that of you? Absolutely not a problem. Thank you, Maria. You're the only person I can count on, and I mean that. Oh, I wouldn't be so quick to trust anybody at this point, white-haired girl. But who knows? Maybe she good, but maybe she not. What was that? What was up with that conversation they had before? Anyway. Why? How did this happen? My stupid temper. Why would she betray me? I wanted to give her a decently happy life. I didn't want to get violent with her, yet when I saw her face, when I heard what she had to say, I couldn't restrain myself. I guess what it comes down to is that, no matter how you dress it up, I am still a bear. I still don't know pronounce Bearzati. 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 Oh, yeah, okay. There was never any way for this bloodline to give that girl happiness. God damn it. Why am I fretting over this nonsense? And I'm supposed to be the future head? Bearzati. Oh, happy memories. An illusion? But they're dancing, they really are. And they look like they're having a wonderful time. Are you sure it's an illusion and not something else? To me, it does not seem to be. I cannot see it as anything but two tiny people dancing. That's how it works. Reach out your hand and try to grab them. You won't be able to. Ah, you're right. That's a shame. I didn't think you actually would. But it's the most precious thing. They look as though they're dancing atop my palm. It's almost frightening how much innocence rests within those hands. It's as if they've been completely cut off from all the world's filth. My hands, however, are soaked in blood. I fear that bringing her into my world may taint her. Am I capable of protecting this woman's purity? Was that why you locked her up in a shed? And yet, as I watched her so joyously playing, I felt as though I had gotten close to her. Nailed it. I was the one being a child that day. Jacopo, it's me, Maria. Is it all right if I come in? Maria. It's fine. Come in. All righty. Best Italian accent. Color me surprised. I didn't think you'd let me in. Have I ever denied you access to my room? What? Nope, but you've been looking pretty glum lately. I've never exactly been a cheery man. True enough. I know you told me before not to talk about your wife, but I'm going to stick my nose where it don't belong today. There's been a lot of chatter among the maids lately about you getting rough with her. I mean, you've got the poor thing locked up in a shed outside. You're not leaving the best impression on anyone. You're to box my ears? I don't know, 50-50? The other half is, I'm concerned about you. I know you're not the kind of man to threaten someone without a good reason. You're not. I thought you were friends with her. I am. And it hurts seeing her in so much pain. Then why has that not changed the way you act around me? I would think you'd be scorning me with the rest of the maids. Oh, I see how it works. You don't trust me. And we've known each other for so long. This isn't a question of whose side I'm on. You're in pain too, I can see that. You've always bottled things up, kept them hidden. You're too proud to rely on others. But you should probably vent to someone before it reaches the point where you no longer can. Say, Jacopo, do you remember the promise we made a while back? How far back? Back when you were still shorter than me. You were 14 and I was 12. I had to leave town and you came to see me off. Quite frankly, I didn't think you'd come. I was surprised even if I didn't show it. Flashback. Jacopo? Where's your dad? Or are you here alone? He didn't even tell me. There's no reason you have to leave town. My old man says the Campanellas have more power. I should be the one leaving. It's not that simple. Grown-ups have a lot to consider. So don't give me that look, Jacopo. We were kids, but we both kind of started to catch on to the situation with our families and to the bonds that land held on us. Oh, okay. Although we didn't know of any of the details at the time. My grandpa owned all the land the city was built on, but he was a very conservative man. He didn't try to spread his influence, instead opting to fortify what he already had. I don't know exactly when it first started, but organizations were used to administrate cities. And when we were kids, my dad was the capo familia, and my grandpa his consigliere. That really nice words. Capo famiglia, consigliere. But just because he was an advisor didn't mean he was powerless. While my dad made the decisions, my grandpa was the only one allowed to fight him on them. Your father was a capo decina that served under my dad. He wasn't especially happy about that. But parents quarreling doesn't affect their kids, or at least that's what I thought at the time, and what you probably thought too. But there was still a chance we could be caught in the crossfire, so my dad decided to send me away, and my mom away, off the island into the north, or some more prosperous areas. He thought that by sending us there, we could live our lives clean regardless of where we came from. There's no changing what's in your blood, though. You could have told me too. Or were you planning on leaving without saying anything? No, it was just all decided so quickly. Why do you sound so accepting? Adults have a lot to consider. You bet they do. But you could at least let them know you're opposed to it, Maria. But no, your tail went straight between your legs as soon as you were told. You just gave up and accepted it straight away. I thought you were better than that. You think? You think I don't know that? I'll just be in my dad's way if I stay. I'm a kid. A girl. I wouldn't be of any help if something happened. I don't want to need someone to protect me. I've never once thought of you as a girl. Hey now, that's mean. Oh, geez, thanks, Jacopo. Now you're getting me all mushy, too. anyone should be sad here, it's me. I'm not sad. Oh, really? You sure you're not actually torn that I won't be around anymore? You're a huge crybaby after all, Jacopino. Jalapeno. Hey, when have I ever cried? Don't call me that. Ha! Made you mad. Short fuse as ever, I see. You've got to learn to keep your head. You're a man and heir to the Birzati family. Don't you lecture me. So pig-headed. You could at least listen to me this once before I'm gone. Hey, Maria. Got a little time to spare? Oh, yeah, sure, but not much. The carriage is going to be here soon. Do you have time for a trip to the hill and back? Yeah, I should have time for that. Because of our families, we weren't really able to get along with the other kids in the city. So we played up a lot to the top of that hill. It became kind of like our little secret lair. There was an abandoned house up there. I guess an old farmhouse or something. And kids love that sort of thing, you know? We called it Casa Nostra, our home. Then we pretended it was actually ours. Oh, that's kind of cute. We drew circles on the wall in chalk and used it for target practice. We brought up a bale of straw and used it to make makeshift beds. When either of us got into fights with our parents, we'd stay the night here instead of home. In retrospect, I'm sure they knew where we were going. They just let us do our thing. Oh yeah, there was this one time we were playing and a huge storm rolled in, trapping us up there. The wind wasn't just howling, it was screaming bloody murder. It was blowing so hard I thought the house might fly away. As I recall, you were crying that night. Whoa. Oh, they have a dog. Hey, Nero, you here to see me off too? Bark, bark, bark. There you go, wagging your tail with that dumb look on your face. No idea what's going on, do you? It wasn't just the two of us who made Casa Nostra our home base. There was one more, a stray black dog. I'm pretty sure it didn't actually have black fur though, and it was just really dirty. Of course he doesn't. He's a stupid animal. Oh, don't talk about him like that. He's one of us. What were you planning to do about Nero? Just leave him behind? Nothing else I can do. I can't bring a dog along in the carriage. Besides, you're here, so it'll be fine. You can take care of Nero, all right? He doesn't like me. The only one who can take care of him. Maybe so, but I'm not coming back. He'll starve to death if you don't figure something out. He's a puny runt. I doubt he could win a fight for scraps. Come on, do it for me. You said you won't be coming back. Did you mean that? Are you absolutely never returning to this town? There's no telling what may or may not happen, so it's best not to get your hopes up. Better that than the pain of getting let down. Well, I've turned into quite the cynic, huh? Maybe if I'd been born into a more normal family, I'd be in my room in a pile of dolls right about now, my head in the clouds. I can't imagine you doing that, nor do I think that's normal. Well said. Hey, stop that, Nero. Quit licking me. You gross. That tickles and you reek. Oh, they'd so love the dog. Maria, what is it? Come back. I don't care if you don't know when it'll be. Just don't say you'll never return. No one knows how things are going to end up. Maybe my old man will gain more power, or maybe yours will. If things continue as they are, it'll be your old man. Then down the line, I will work in service of the Campanella family. And that's just fine by me. But even if that's not the future that lies ahead, I promise I will make a place for you. So, Maria, question. Do you have a crush on me? What? Kidding, I'm just kidding. No need for a conniption fit. I was just playing around. Here I am trying to have a serious conversation, and then you... Listen to me. I don't have any of those kinds of feelings for you. I consider you a lifelong friend, my one and only friend. That's why I came to see you off, and that's why I'm telling you this now. Whether you're a girl or boy is irrelevant. Friendship lasts much longer than something so fanciful as romance. Am I wrong? Don't laugh, damn it. It's humiliating. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I agree entirely. Yeah, we've always been on the same page, Jacopo. Maybe we did fight a lot, but there wasn't one we didn't get through. No one else understood just how lonely it was wearing a mask for all the other kids, trying to fit into their happy little circle. We couldn't afford to be found out after all. Neither of us had real allies, except for each other, of course. Nope. Well, I'm glad I got the chance to play with you. If you hadn't been there, I probably wouldn't have been bothered caring for Nero either. It was too funny watching him chase you around. You're a sick girl, Maria. So hey, Jacopo, this place will still be Casa Nostra even after I leave, right? You won't do anything to it, will you? Of course not. This is our home. That was always the plan. Right. Thanks. Though you being all nice is kind of creepy, Jacopo. It's not going to start snowing, is it? How rude! Yeah! Well, if you're going to be like that, I'm not sure if I want to give it to you. Huh? Give what, a present? You should have said so sooner. Gimme. You don't have a shred of tact, do you? What's it matter? Come on, what'd you bring? Let me have it, soldier. Oh, Maria. Consider this a temporary parting gift. You'd been wanting one of these for a while. Oh, is that a cartridge? From a Cult Navy? No way, did you swipe it? I'll probably catch hell for it too. Wow, this is amazing. I always want to get my hands on the real thing. It's from one of the things hanging up in your house, isn't it? The one your dad was bragging about. They just started selling them this year. They just started selling them this year. Yeah, it's ridiculously hard to get your hands on one, so I hear. Man, guns from the New World are something else, all right. Just imagining the moment the hammer comes crashing down on the back of this sends chills down my spine. Are you sure you're a girl? Going crazy over a bullet cartridge? What's the big deal? I like what I like. Get in trouble if you don't put this back though, won't you? Don't worry. I'll return it when you return. And I won't tell anyone I gave it to you. Okay. Well, I guess I'll take you up on that then. Thanks, Jacopo. It'll be my treasure. This goes without saying, but don't you lose it. I'm giving it to you as a symbol of our friendship. No matter how far apart we may be, or how much time may pass, or how things play out with our families, we will always be friends. That cartridge symbolizes that promise. It's a promise, Jacopo. Our families may outwardly hate each other, but I'll always be your friend. Always be on your side. And don't you ever go back on those words. I swear upon this glorious cartridge, this historic land, and the names of my ancestors, I shall not make myself a liar. I trust you, Maria. We'll meet again. It may be many years from now, but that won't change a thing. Our friendship will never fade. Duh! So I guess they're part of, big whole happy, unhappy family. God, you were adorable back then, and short to boot. But now you've hardened so much. Kappa, I was flabbergasted when I next saw you, dressed all fancy from head to toe. You became quite the smug little bastard, I thought. You sure weren't that little kid anymore. Kappa. You have quite the memory. Well, yeah, I don't forget my promises, and I'd never forget I said I'd always be on your side. The question is, did you remember? I did. I remember every word you said that day. And as I said, I left Casa Nostra as it was. Though it is quite some distance away now, I imagine if we went back and did a little work on it, we could have it looking just like old times. And Nero? He, about a year after you left, suddenly disappeared. And just for the record, I did take care of him, as you told me to. I'm guessing he got in a fight with another stray or something. I searched, but could never find him. Oh well, it has been more than a decade. Not everything's gonna be exactly the same. You, however, haven't changed a bit from the girl you were all those years ago. Neither have you. Sure, you seem different on the outside, but at your core, I believe you haven't changed at all. Still the same old jalapeno. Could you not call me that? I have changed quite a bit, unlike you, and I am well aware of it. Say, Jacopo, do you consider me supportive? Of everything he could have said. Of course you are. You're constantly supporting me, past and present. You're proof of the existence of this kind of friendship. The kind that can transcend gender, blood, and any other such distinctions. You know, it's honestly kind of bizarre seeing you without a stick up your ass. Oh, wow, harsh words. Come on now, hear me out. You almost had me blushing there. Anyway, before you put that stick back up there, let me tell you something. Tell me something. Am I still your only ally? You are. Of everyone in this mansion, I'm the only one? Yes. If she would at least have a little more... The madam? I didn't actually intend to treat her like that. Believe me, Jacopo, I know. I mean, from a girl's perspective, what you did is pretty awful. But hey, I'm not a girl, according to you anyway. I'll always be on your side no matter what. God, I feel as though I'm being consoled. That's what I was going for. I should have never opened up to you. Hey, now's probably not the best time to bring this up, but I have a letter. A letter? Written by the madam. Here. A letter? From my wife? Let me see it. Ooh, he's taking his precious time reading that letter. What the hell am I reading? Well, I was considering keeping it a secret, but having seen it, I thought hiding it from you might only hurt you more, so I decided it was best to show you. Who is this? Who is this letter for? It's as if, but it can't. I love you? Who is she writing to? I don't know this man. Take a deep breath, Jacopo, and listen to me. What? The madam is having an affair. Oh, come on, what? Yeah, well, there you go. Can't trust anybody. Can't trust nobody in this stupid house. Oh my God. Having an affair with who? The shed? I haven't changed a bit. I don't know who's talking yet. If you seriously believe that, then I've got news for you, pal. Anyone who acts exactly the same as they did in the past is doing just that. Acting. Much like I do around you. Oh, there you go. Our friendship will never change. What a joke. You picked the wrong girl to put your trust in. And they call you astute? Can you taste the irony? Well, that just makes things easier for me. But my God, it's suffocating playing the good girl. That stupidly cheerful little ray of sunshine, Maria. Oh, sickening. On the other hand, the payoff is fantastic. I can't stop. God, watching him lose control or lose his cool is incredible. What with this song? My sides hurt just thinking about it. You're telling me she wrote this? Well, who else could have written it? It's in her handwriting. Why? Why would she continue to betray me? Has she not taken enough already? What else could she possibly want from me? I told her to stay away from my gatherings. I had the rose garden torn down, and yet she still finds other men? I warned her. Told her it wouldn't happen again. That if she betrayed me one more time, I'd kill her. Jacopo. Out of my way, Maria. I have to talk to her. Ask her what this letter's about, who this man is. And depending on how she answers... Hold it, Jacopo. Calm down. Silence. How am I supposed to stay calm right now? Listen to me. Relax. You try to talk to her right now, and you aren't going to get you anywhere. You're aware of just how frenzied you are, aren't you? Besides, you think she's going to tell you the truth even if you do manage to ask? Of course not. She may look all prim and proper, but that's not the real her. I don't think she's a bad person, but... Not a bad person? The one who wrote this letter? To another man? She crossed the line, you hear me? I agree with you there, but she's gone too far with this letter, yes, but remember, she's your wife and the daughter of a noble. You know exactly what will happen if you lose control of yourself and do something to her. It's not gonna look good for you. She may be nobility, but I have the Koska. We have our own way of taking care of these kinds of problems. Still, it's plain as day, it'll only make a bigger mess. No one else knows about this yet. Are you telling me to act like nothing's happened when she so blatantly disrespects me? Jacob, could you let me take care of it? I'm friends with her, madam, you know that. She'll listen to me. So I'll make sure it gets through to her just how much you care about her. I couldn't ask you. It would be disgraceful. That's not something to be ashamed of. What I tell you, I'm on your side and you're on mine. We're in this together. You can ask me things you couldn't ask others to do. I have tight lips. Anything you ask, I'll keep absolutely under wraps. Damn it. You're right. Yes, you're right. I'm well aware that I always lose myself in her presence. If I tried talking to her now, I probably will do something rash, yes. Probably. I'll make sure everything works out, got it? You and the madam can go back to the way things used to be, so you don't have to suffer anymore. I'll take care of it. I'm the only one who understands your pain, and I'm the only one who can help you out of it. Maria. Don't make that face, Jacopino. Ugh. Thank you, Maria. Please let her know that even if she is seeing other men, and even if she does silently mock me for not being of noble blood, that I still love her, that I don't want to raise my hand against her. You love her? That's a riot. You're too busy chasing your stacks of paper. You don't have what it takes to truly love a woman. I will say, though, I was surprised you lost your head that badly. Quite a little crush you've got on her. You could just sit down and talk to her like a rational human being, and presto, all your problems would be solved. But you can't even manage that, which is why you're in this predicament. Once you're convinced of something, Jacopo, you never let go of it. And she's too timid to speak up for herself. Sorry, madam, I got nothing against you. I just didn't expect things to go quite this well. There's no stopping now. Not when I've got this much momentum. Also, watching a pretty girl like you break down, gives me goosebumps. You're still convinced I'm the only person you can trust? How did he react to the letter? Well, yeah, about that. Would he not take it? Oh no, he took it. Just, don't feel too bad about this, madam. He said he's too busy with work and tossed the letter aside. I told him to make sure he writes you a reply, but he hasn't gotten around to it at all. I see. That's a shame. It kills me to see you like this, madam. I don't get why he has to be so heartless. Not even taking a little bit of time of his day to read the letter you poured your soul into writing. It's unacceptable. I'm sure he really is busy. He did not throw it away, though, did he? I imagine he means to read it when he has more time. Madam, after everything he's done to you, you still think he means well? I have faith. My timing was poor, that's all. I believe in him. I believe that the day will come when he gives me his attention again as he did before. Oh, madam. So, could I ask you to believe with me, Maria? To have faith that he will once more show me his love, and that mine will reach him? Something tells me that it'll all work out if you pray for it. Oh, yeah, okay. If you're fine with me praying, I'll pray. I'll get down on my knees for you, madam. I'll have faith. Thank you. I would like to write another letter. When it's complete, could I ask you to deliver it to him? I'll give him as many as you want. As many as it takes for you to get through to him. Oh my gosh! She's awful! You really ought to learn not to be so trusting, madam. Take a real close look, and you'll see exactly who it was that ground your happy little life into dust. Thank you, Maria. I'm the reincarnation of the Mother God. Oh God, I can't hold back the laughter. This stage of my own creation. Didn't have enough actors so the playwright had to take on a role herself. But that only adds to the excitement. Yes, this is all my masterpiece. You're just ignorant puppets dancing to my tune. From the first shot to the last, blind to whose fingers sitting on the trigger. Listen to me, Jacopo, and try to keep your head. I saw the madam meeting with another man behind your back. You know the arch in the rose garden? The far side's out of sight from the mansion, making it a perfect place to hide. I saw her back there. From the looks of it, the madam is having her meetings with one of the men who comes to your business gatherings, and they don't act like they're just friends. But just to be clear, I don't have any solid proof, so it'd be best if you don't mention this to her yet. You won't want her starting to throw around accusations around to find out too late it was all a big misunderstanding. I'll get to the bottom of it. So I think the madam might have her eyes on several men. Being a woman, you know, I can tell these things. She gives these suggestive looks, but to whom I can't pinpoint. A lot of people come in and out of the house after all. What, you want me to keep her from leaving her room? That might be for the best. There's so much going so well, it makes me think even God's on my side. They could just talk it over with one another, but they won't. They're in deeper crap for it. You're the only one I can trust, Maria. And the timing that night, my God, was perfect. Hey, Jacopo. I could just be misreading her, but something seems off about the madam. Like she's been on edge or something. I try to egg her into revealing what's going on, and she lets slip that she might be going out somewhere tonight. She's not going with you, is she? You're going out to survey a construction site today, right? Then I'd suggest you get that taken care of quickly. A dance? At this time of night? Yep, and since it's so late, no loud music. All you get is a little whistling courtesy of me. But this room is too small for... Well, use the Great Hall. Wouldn't that put us in everyone else's way? He would probably complain about the noise too. No need to worry. Jacopo's out inspecting some factory or something today. After that, he's got a meeting, so he'll be staying the night elsewhere. I thought he wouldn't be back until tomorrow. And how would you know that? Don't forget that. Does my staying the night elsewhere have any effect on you? You were just waiting for this opportunity, weren't you? No. What would I possibly want you out of the house for? I'm sure you know better than anyone. What? What does that smell? Perfume? When did you get perfume? And I have to say, you seem to be having quite the time. Look at you, you're out of breath, red as a beet. I made the right decision coming back. Where the hell were you going? I'm sorry, this is all my fault. If I hadn't asked you to dance, and bringing me the perfume only made things worse. Oh. No need to feel bad about anything, Maria. Everything you did was with my best interest at heart. She doesn't even suspect me in the slightest. And I was able to put that perfume to great use. That money-sucking leech Tommaso showed up at the perfect time, too. I'm pretty sure that's when Jacopo started getting actively violent. A jealous man is a wonderful thing. Always imagining the worst and making matters worse for it. Man, dude, she's awful. She's terrible. Wow, is that you, Tommaso? It's been so long. What brings you here?
Oh, look at who it is, little Miss Campanella. There's a surprise. Didn't expect to see you this side of the Great Blue.
Oh, you know I've been giving Jacopo a hand.
Oh, well, color me impressed. After what happened, I wouldn't have thought you were gonna want nothing to do with him.
That was between our parents. Jacopo didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, it would sure be nice for all the younger generation to go through life without knowing to spark that kind of powder keg. Not that it's my place to talk.
No need to worry yourself about any of that. So, what brings you here, Tommaso?
I'm a little, you know how it is. Having a bit of trouble staying afloat.
Ah, I see. So you're here to beg for offerings? Pretty shameless, Tommaso.
No point in having shame if it ain't making money. Toss that out with a chamber pot. It might make things easier if I just quit being a human altogether.
Are you that hard for cash?
And fortunately, numbers were supposed to go up, but for some reason, they ended up going down instead.
Why did I give him this voice sooner?
Oh, might be best if you kick the gambling habit. Now that's like telling me to go off myself. Oh, I bet. So, say, Tommaso, maybe I could pitch in a bit too. Oh, you mean it? Oh, that'd be a huge help. There's seriously not a scrap of shame in you. However, in exchange, I'd like you to do something for me. Someone whose face needs a visit from my fists? Well, depending on the number, I could also possibly cut them into chunks and toss them into the ocean. Whoa, keep it clean. I'm not asking you to do anything like that. What is it then? Something a lowlife like me can do? It'll be easy. And it's nothing bad either. You're going to talk to Jacopo, aren't you? Well, there's something I'd like you to tell him while you're at it. You know he's married, right? He can get pretty nasty with his wife, though. That's so. Sounds like she's got it rough. Oh, she does. She's religiously devoted to him, too. I've been trying to nudge things in the right direction to get her back on good terms with him, but I haven't had much luck. Ain't that something the two of them should work through? Well, normally, yes, but it's reached the point where I can't bear to sit back and watch anymore. I don't like seeing the two of them in pain. I want to do something for them. Oh, how noble. You're pretty devoted yourself, little lady. I'm not important right now, just doing the right thing. But the thing is, Jacopo won't hear a word of it. I figured maybe you, being a man, might be able to get through to him a little better than me. Doubt he'll listen to me either, to be honest. Oh, come on, you used to be really close, though. And I doubt he hates you. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Anywho, talking's something anyone can do. So what do you want me to tell him? I need you to give him a bit of scolding. Tell him the madam came to you asking for advice, and that she accidentally let slip that the way he treats her day to day causes her grief. Never met this wife of his before, you know. It works even better that way. She's so downtrodden she can't talk to anyone about it, and she thought that maybe you, being family, might be able to help. She's never met you, but she still latched onto that ray of hope. And I'm sure when Jacopo finds out she brought it up with family, he'll know he can't keep mistreating her. Things like this, they hit home harder when they come from someone on the outside. You make a decent point. Just remember, little lady, all I can do is bring it up to him. Can't guarantee it'll change nothing. That's all I need you to do. Thanks a bunch, Tommaso. Oh, right, one more thing. This is some perfume that's grown quite popular recently. Ask him to give it to the madam as a gift. If he won't take it, you keep it. Give it to another woman or sell it or whatever you want. Perfume, eh? Very thoughtful of you. Women do like getting gifts like that. Yes, we do. If Big Bad Jacopo gives her some of that, they'll be lovebirds again before you know it. I'm sure of it. Never thought the day'd come when I got to play Cupid. Now I'm starting to get kind of excited about this. Stay focused, Tommaso, and thanks. Also, you didn't hear any of this from me, okay? I'm just fine pulling the strings from the shadows.
Okay, I had a little bit too much fun with that. Tommaso's fun. Anyway.
Their relationship's in complete shambles. And Jacopo still insists he effing loved her. And the madam still believes in him. Oh, seriously, how stupid can you be? Poor Jacopo, poor madam. Now then, let's see where this boulder rolls to next. And how far it keeps rolling. Naturally, I'll be nudging it along its way. Because after all, play lives or dies lives. A play lives or dies by the director's hands.
That music, though. I'm pretty sure it's all gibberish. I don't know.
Goes to show you don't really need words, good lyrics to make a catchy tune. Master, are you shocked? Or do you instead lament this development? I was deeply sorrowful, though to a lesser degree about Maria's true intentions and more my shameful inability to recognize her machinations or machinations. I think both acceptable. At the time, I too believed that Maria was the white-haired girl's one and only ally. It was not until everything had drawn to a close that I discovered the truth. Then I now know how the tale ends, you say? Yes, that is correct. Well aware that it was not the case, I told you the story in a way that suggested she was not on the white-haired girl's side. Oh my! I wonder if that constitutes lying to you, Master. I merely wanted to present the events to you in order, starting from the beginning, when Maria's ill intentions were still veiled in shadow. I wanted you to know the same feeling of consternation I had experienced.
Poor white-haired girl. Poor whatever her name is.
The white-haired girl continued to write letter after letter. They were all addressed to her dear husband, detailing her every persistent love for him, and her desire for their relationship to return to what it had once been. My beloved, I'm sure your hands are quite full right now, but that is fine. It does not change my love for you. Do you remember the day we went out together? That was perhaps the most wonderful day of my life. I had a truly incredible time. I still treasure the gift you gave me, for it is the one and only present I have ever received from you. That reminds me, Maria tried to teach me how to dance. I doubt I'll ever progress beyond being laughably bad, though. It would be nice if someday you and I could dance together. Perhaps when you have a little respite from work, we could go out again, maybe take a garage somewhere a little further away, and we could dine at a restaurant more to your liking. Although I think the cuisine at the other restaurant was exquisite, personally. Do I perhaps have an unrefined palate? Maria altered the letters before delivering them, however. She changed the addressee from Jacopo to another man. What a dirty piece of crap! She would cut away the top of the page with Jacopo's name on it, and in the space below write a different name. Oh my God, she was photoshopping documents. That's illegal. She could not have mimicked the white-haired girl's handwriting for the full length of a letter, but Maria could make a single name look adequately similar. And it would, after all, be quite difficult to notice minor discrepancies in such a small quantity of text. What? Oh my God, she's awful. Oh God, he's reading it. Oh, sorry, knocked the mic there. My bad. Again, another letter? Why does she keep writing these? To Jacopo's eyes, the modified letters looked like professions of love for another man. The more she inscribed of her feelings for Jacopo, the greater the turmoil grew within his heart, even though her love was directed toward him. I can't believe what I'm reading. A restaurant more to your liking? I knew it. You've been going out with other men all the while pretending to be chaste in my presence. I still treasure the gift you gave to me. God's sake! You have to be joking. But I've ensured she can't leave that room. But she'll never see this man again. In time she'll let go, and so will he. Listen to me. Resigning myself to the hope that everything will fix itself. How'd I end up like this? Such a pitiful man I've become. On the surface, Maria acted quite heartbroken at the sight of her suffering, or their suffering. But when she returned to her room, the walls echoed with her cackles. She derived a great deal of entertainment from their squirming. The more they writhed in anguish, the deeper satisfaction grew. God, she's awful. I hate her so much. And both the white-haired girl and Jacopo continued to place their confidence in Maria, the one responsible for everything. The white-haired girl had never possessed a sense of distrust, and so she took everything Maria said as truth, continuing in her agony to write Jacopo's letters. Letter after letter after letter. My beloved, are you still tied up with your work? It has been some time since we last saw one another, so I know not what you have been doing of late. I only hope you remain in good health. I would, if possible, prefer to tell you everything in person, but I do not have the courage, so these letters are my only option. Am I adequately expressing my feelings, my love for you? If you have the time, I would appreciate a response. You're never gonna get a response, though. Not as long as I am intercepting them. There's no way I'm allowing these or your love to get to him. I could just stop reading them. It'd certainly make things easier. But if I don't, my imagination will run wild, fantasizing about her writing to this other man and what she might be putting in her correspondence. I'd be better off knowing the truth and torturing myself with fantasy. It's the better option. Jacopo accepted every letter Maria delivered without fail.
He would merely nod as he accepted it, his face contorted in discomfort, and then pore over the text when he was alone. I assume he did not want her to see his heart sinking into darkness. Had he put his trust in his wife rather than Maria, he would have almost certainly been able to realize the letters were directed at him, despite the altered recipient name. Everything she wrote about concerned him, after all. How could someone who had lived as isolated a life as her have so many identical experiences with two distinct men? Why could he not find it in himself to trust her? Perhaps doubting her was simply easier. If you were in his position, would you trust her? Would you maintain faith in her, the woman who had waited so long? Would you believe the feelings she professed for you were genuine? Oh my God, she just keeps writing. She continued writing letters day after day, week after week without hiatus. She had, by and large, run out of things to say, but that did not put an end to her letter writing. She simply repeated what she had written before. Nevertheless, they did not see one another in person. The white-haired girl, forbidden from leaving her shed, could only wait for her husband to pay her a visit. My beloved, there is a little bit of fog out today. Weather like this reminds me of my home country. I was born on an island perpetually covered in a thick fog. I'm not saying I would like to return, but thinking about it does make me feel rather homesick. Does that happen to you? That reminds me, aside from that one time, you have not told me much of your homeland. It would be nice if we could pay it a visit together sometime. Speaking of which, before I left, an exhibition of some sort was held there. I wasn't able to attend, but perhaps you could have a chance. Yeah, you had a chance when it was near you. I imagine you would have, with your interest in new technology. Next time you have a chance, I would enjoy hearing what they say they had on display. Dude, you gotta freaking realize that's you now. An exhibition? Oh, that's right, there was one. It was a year ago. Got quite a bit of attention, since it was supposed to have been held in Paris. I was busy preparing for our wedding. I had no time to attend an exhibition. And while I was doing that, giving you, a woman I had never met before, my full attention. You were giving yours to a different man. Oh my God, this guy's an idiot. But I kind of get it. Maria's a piece of crap. Has this been going on for that long? Had he simply stepped up and taken action, he could have put an end to the stream of letters, each of which gave rise to further misunderstanding. He needed merely ask the white-haired girl in person to whom the letters were addressed. Whether that they described were true, what they described were true, and the twisted threads of his confusion would have been unraveled. But he made no such effort, relying instead on Maria to serve as his intermediary. I feel as though I have now at long last come to understand just what kind of man Jacopo was. While he had a great deal of pride in his capabilities, he had far less confidence in himself as a person. If he had had faith in himself, perhaps he could have put faith in his wife as well. Had his pride not been so twisted, perhaps he would not have been so afraid of being hurt. Indeed, he was afraid of being rejected by her, afraid to face a reality where his beloved partner scorned him, where the woman he loved laughed at him disdainfully, where she and countless others mocked him. The thought of it paralyzed him. The environment in which he had been raised played a significant part in his state of mind, I expect. Occasionally, the name on the letter would change. Marie was making the white-haired girl out to be having affairs with multiple other men. She could never do any such thing, of course, but Jacopo, thinking Maria to be his only ally, believed everything she said. If I could figure out who this man is and where he resides, I could make him tell me everything, every last detail about his relations with my wife. But what if that information went public as a result? Oh God, if news of her infidelity spread and were to reach the Koska. Oh, he's taking care of his thing. His, reputation. Because he's the thing. The next in line. Jacopo's daddy. The father of the fate of Berzati is in your hands, son. Berzati. There's a limit to what we can accomplish on this tiny island. If we don't turn our attention outwards, we will wither away and die. And not just this family. This whole land will find itself famished and emaciated, defenseless against invasion as we waste away. I won't stand by and watch my homeland crumble. Sure, our methods may be crude and not always worthy of praise, but they produce undeniable results. The unfortunate thing is,
The previous capo familia was an incredibly reticent man. It took all he had to merely preserve this small chunk of the world. But I am not like that, and neither are you. The most I can do is lay the foundation to make it easier for you to work, which means everything rests on your shoulders. Both the future of the Biarzati family and the future of this country. It all falls on you.
Man, that's a lot of pressure.
The marriage is happening too quickly. It would be madness not to hurry, given the circumstances. You should be well aware of that. We need the Biarzati name climbing the social ladder in short order, or we're going to have everything ripped out from under us. If the woman isn't to your liking, you can find another one that is. She's only going to be your wife in name.
Gosh, Jacopo's dad, you're terrible.
But listen to me, son. You must not allow her to fool around. What are the most vital things to have in a society? Money? Power? Yes, those are important. But what matters most is respect. No one's going to follow a capo familia they can't respect. They'll try to undermine your authority. Once someone deems you weaker than them, courtesy goes out the window. And that's a judgment that's near impossible to overturn. Betrayal spreads like a fire through a forest. And once that flame's lit, the both of us come crashing down. You must not let anyone look down on you. You must not let anyone think you're the kind of man a woman can walk all over. If by any chance your fiancé is ever unfaithful to you, kill her before anyone finds out. Your place is above others. Climb to the top. Never be content with someone above you. And never forget the weight you carry on your shoulders.
Okay, Dad, I can't see your face. But okay.
This is your responsibility. The fate of the Biarzati is the fate of the aim for the top. Obtain true, flaunt. Don't show weakness. The poverty is the root of all evil. What? Poverty, respect, spicy meatballs.
I'm sorry. Parmigiano Reggiano. I must keep intercepting her letters. I must keep her locked up. I still have work to do. I cannot allow anyone to learn about how she's disgraced me. Kill her. That's how my old man says to handle it. That's the last resort. It's not yet. God damn it. It's downright wrong for me to even be having these feelings for someone. Flub. Oh, man.
Master, your carriage is waiting outside. How are you coming along?
Coming along? Oh, that's right. I had an inspection scheduled today. I'll be right out. Have him wait.
Is something the matter, Master? You look a little hazy.
I'm fine.
If you're not feeling well, you should stay.
I said I'm fine. It's not your job to try and infer my condition.
Yes, sir.
Damn it, keep it under wraps. Act like normal. You can at least do that much, damn you? Can't you?
Take care of your trip, Master.
Yeah. Coachman. It's not the usual coachman. Coachman. I also feel like I've seen him somewhere.
Your fault.
What?
That we.
Hey, speak up.
Die, Jacopo Biarzati.
Oh, there.
Master! There's a knife in your stomach!
Oh, man, he ran away? Damn it.
Oh, God, anyone! Oh, silence, don't make a scene. Call a doctor. Yes, sir. Ah! Oh, now I remember I've seen him before. That's right. I put his factory out of business. I needed it out of the picture to expand my own business. Gah! I guess he held a grudge about that. Oh, I should have been more careful. Oh, blood flows with surprising abundance from a stab wound. Ah, it's not stopping either. Son of a... Oh, the world's going wide. Oh, come on now. Oh, you have to be kidding. Oh, I'm constipated.
That was a terrible stabbed victim voice. I know very well what kind of man you are. You wouldn't hesitate to bleed the blind blamp boop off a cliff if it furthered your own goals. You make money off others' lives. You stand upon a mountain of corpses, cackling at everyone below you. For a man like you, love comes as naturally as flying. Guess what? You don't have any emotions, and you never have. You've always been this way. Hee hee hee. Who is that? Ugh. Okay, I think this is a perfect time to you know, to move on to the next episode. Cause man, that was an exciting lot of unfolded mysteries were unfolded. A lot of mysteries were unfolded in that one. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.